Start your week by installing your game plan.
Today, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, this is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. We'll see Gardner Minshew and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Welcome again, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and yes, the rain is falling now, and it is supposed to continue to fall throughout this game. So how do you think that will impact this contest?
Well, first and foremost, both quarterbacks are going to make sure the officials have those dry footballs coming in each and every play and standing over them sometimes with a towel before the center gets up there to snap it. Second thing is the focus of all the guys who handle the football. Do they wear gloves? Do they take them off? Will they carry the ball high and tight to make sure they have good ball security? That's paramount in a game like this.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
49-yard line.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
The NFL Madden League Season 1 8-2020 games and highlights coming up next of Week 1-1.
Minshew, 1st and 10. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And even 50 receiving yards for him now in this first quarter alone, and also a first down.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Bush gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
And goal at the 13-yard line.
To try again after the sack. Minshew, this will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Minshew. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3 psychologically, maybe a win for the defense.
Is good. Makes the score Jaguars 3, Steelers nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Week 1 NFL matchups 2020 Kansas City Chiefs 8-1 Las Vegas Raiders 6-3.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Steeler offense set to go to work, and once again at the helm, their longtime starter, that's Ben Roethlisberger.
And for Ben Roethlisberger, there are a lot of question marks coming into this year because he missed nearly all of 2019 with an elbow injury. And if he were younger, maybe not as many questions. But he turned 38 back in March. And now the Pittsburgh Steelers expect to see the old Ben Roethlisberger, who's thrown for over 56,000 yards in his career, leading their team.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Schobert on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Smith-Schuster. An 8-yard pickup. And the Steelers.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the Jaguars.
Now Ben going to give this one to Conner. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
James
16 yards, a first down.
Ronnie Harrison on
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018, he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And that is going to be incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Minshew and the Jags now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he'll drop here to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Chris Boswell now for the extra point.
NFL matchups 2020 Philadelphia Eagles 5-4 Cleveland Browns 5-4.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, Walker. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Minshew. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Jaguars 3.
Throwing on second down now, Minshew. And that is incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And it's third down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Minshew sets to throw, and Eifert has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. It'll be Minshew again. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
That's good.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 8 yards out. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and
Week 1 NFL matchups 2020 Green Bay Packers 7-2 Indianapolis Colts 6-3.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here's Kareth White on the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. That'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. But now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
10 yards to go.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target, and it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And here again comes Gardner Minshew. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones,
Week 1 NFL matchups 2020 Los Angeles Rams 6-3 Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7-3.
So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. picked by Jared Wilson. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
By the Steelers.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Roethlisberger. Back to Smith-Schuster, this time complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now Roethlisberger to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with the catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Yards to go.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the 1st down marker. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
Forecast
Week
calling
1
for more the
Tennessee
same.
Titans
The
2-4
rain set to
Baltimore
continue
Ravens
as we are
1-0
underway
final.
in the 2nd half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now the third-year man from NC State is Jalen Samuels. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
What's up, man?
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
7-yard line. A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Gardner Minshew and the Jags ready to go on offense once again. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Minshew. To the left side here for Eifert. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
Jaguars.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Watt coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. And the pressure gets to him again. Vince Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough road for Minshew and the Jags. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They start the drive with Connor. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
21-yard line.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
It's a gain of...
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, Runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A run with counter on first down, going to get about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Now Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And he's got his man in stride, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And the Steelers.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use an inch into the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for only a couple. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
At the 9-yard line.
Roethlisberger will throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Here's Conner. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
James Conner, the ball.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 32-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, and that one was never in doubt.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars first and 10 at their own 26. And he'll drop here to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Minshew's pass.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. 28 more.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Again, Minshew looking to throw. A pass underneath for Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyler Eifert there to make the grab. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough, they couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. That time a 6-play drive, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their 35-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First down, Steelers.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Roethlisberger going to get that to Ebron. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. On the return, Walker. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. And his throw here is incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And Eifert has it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. It'll be Minshew again. This will be caught at about the 5. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Here's the 7th leading rusher in the NFL last year. It's Leonard Fournette. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Again, it's Fournette. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So on now is the kicker, Josh Lambo. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
On the return, here's White. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
1st and 10. At their own.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us.
Week
For my
1-1
partner,
Pittsburgh
Charles
Steelers
Davis, and all the
1-7
hard-working
Jacksonville
men and women on
Jaguars
our crew,
2-0
I'm
final.
Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.